live on YouTube. We are also live on YouTube. Although it says on there that you're waiting for me. Is this working or is it not working? Why does it look like I'm sort of live on YouTube, but it's not actually showing anything? That's new. Hello, anybody? Someone say hello to me. Let me know you can see me. Ah, there you go. Looks like we are up and running on YouTube as well. Excellent stuff. It took its time, but we are up and running on both YouNow and YouTube. I point like that because I've got YouNow on this monitor, YouTube on that monitor over there, which is why I can only see the YouNow chat, because looking over there to the YouTube monitor, oh, it's really far. It's too far to look. So just coffee with Kev, normal stuff. You know how it works by now. I have a mug of coffee. I'll tip it slightly so that you can see that it is full of coffee. You've got the time it takes me to drink that mug of coffee to ask me as many questions as you would like on whatever topics you would like. And I'll do my very best to answer as many of them as I possibly can. Little reminder for those of you watching on YouTube, as ever, this is a YouNow live stream. It's just simulcasting over onto YouTube, but I can't actually see the chat on YouTube. It's all the way over there on the other monitor. So if you do want to get involved in the chat, you need to come over here to YouNow. The link to YouNow is at the top of the description, or you can just go to younow.com/Lelujo, or go to YouNow and have a look on the trending page where we are #1 for Ask Questions on Trending on YouNow. So very easy to find. If you go to the YouNow website, you'll see my beautiful face smiling back at you, which, what more could you possibly want? So final reminder before we get into the meat of the questions. If you are on YouTube, I can't see the YouTube chat. I won't be asking any, and I won't be answering any questions from YouTube. I can only see the YouNow chat. So if you're on YouTube, come to YouNow. The link is in the description, and we'll get into some lovely questions over here. But first, a sip of my, look, it's my new National Autistic Society mug. What a lovely mug. What delicious coffee as well. How's my day been? Someone asked and then it disappeared. My day's been lovely because I've got my new camera, my new Canon G7X Mark III, not to be confused with the G7X Mark II that is also on my desk. As you can see, completely different cameras. But yeah, I've been testing that. I've been playing with my new toy all afternoon. Video out on that tomorrow. But let's answer some questions. Joe says, which centre parks are we going to? We are going to the Sherwood Forest one, so the one over Nottingham Way, and it's going to be awesome. Do I collect any Funko Pops? Why do you ask? So is Rob Chapman and me related? I don't know who Rob Chapman is, so presumably not. Did I see the Lion King? I haven't seen the new Lion King, I assume you mean. I've seen the original Lion King, obviously. I'm not a monster, but no, I haven't seen the new Lion King. Anna's not particularly keen on watching it. So unless Anna wants to come with you, I'm not going to go and see a Disney movie without Anna. I'm not that into Disney, and she doesn't seem that into this one. So, yeah, I doubt we'll see this one at the cinema. Oh, what am I yawning? Oh, that's no good. Hands up if you just yawned because I did. Need to get this coffee working quick. Am I going to Comic-Con in October? London Comic-Con in October? Yes. It's a weird week, that one, because I'm basically down in London for the week because I think it's EGX first, then Comic-Con, but because they've moved EGX and Comic-Con into the same company and now into the same building, they're now just a week apart as well, all in the same place. So I'm at the XL for EGX Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then back to the same hotel for Comic-Con Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So over the course of like a 10-day period, I'm spending more than half the time down at the XL and in my usual hotel down there. It's mad. Is it weird I'm watching this in Tesco while doing shopping? It's not weird at all. That's perfectly normal behaviour. Have I seen Dumbo? Again, not the remake, only the original. Will Andy get pierced and tattooed when he grows up? Not my decision, is it? It's up to Andy. What age will Andy leave school? 19. Who's my favourite wrestler? Kevin Owens. Who's my favourite footballer of all time and why? George Boyd, because he is the greatest footballer of all time. Do I go to MCon Nottingham? I don't know what that is, but if it's a Comic-Con, I don't go to the small ones. Because I go to so many events, I try and limit myself just to the really big Comic-Cons. So London, and I go to Birmingham just because the girls like to go to it. If the girls weren't coming, I wouldn't even bother with Birmingham, because even Birmingham Comic-Con is super small compared to London. I like a massive Comic-Con. If there's not 100,000 people there for the weekend, is it really a Comic-Con? Will I ever come up to Newcastle? Maybe one day. We were supposed to be coming up to Newcastle last week, but last minute we decided to switch to Bournemouth because we wanted sunshine and beach, and it worked out brilliantly. So last minute switches are awesome. That's why we're doing another one. I don't think we're going to Blackpool anymore. We've not actually booked Belgium yet, but I think we're probably going to go to Belgium rather than Blackpool because it's the same price and just seems mad. Belgium, Blackpool. Obviously Belgium. There's a church in Bruges that has 47 bells in it. I mean, I know somebody who would enjoy a church with 47 bells ringing. So that's reason enough to go to Bruges in Belgium. Right, let's scroll down a little bit. While I'm scrolling down and trying to update the questions, just a reminder again, if you are watching on YouTube, I can only see questions here on YouNow. So if you're on YouTube and you want to chat, come to YouNow. The link is at the top of the description. It's younow.com/Lelujo. Come and have a chat with us over here on YouNow. It's lovely over here. I mean, it's lovely on YouTube as well, but it's lovely over here. So come on over and say hello. I can't see the YouTube chat. I can only look at one at once. There is logic behind using YouNow rather than YouTube as well. If anyone ever wants me to go into the logic again, I can explain the complicated logic. It's all to do with the YouTube algorithm. It's complicated. But basically, the short version is releasing a video at 5 o'clock and then a live stream at 8 o'clock wrecks the algorithm and basically kills the vlog that came out at 5, stops its momentum dead. Whereas doing it on YouNow and just having it temporarily up on YouTube but not there permanently doesn't stop the vlog in the algorithm. Like I said, it's a boring story. But that's why we have to use YouNow. For those of you who are wondering why I'm forcing you all to come over to YouNow, there is logic to it. It's not just me being weird. I know you've probably been asked this a million times, but why does Andy say female or male all the time? If anyone ever figures it out, please let us know. I'd love to know. What's my favorite Funko Pop that I have? It's right at the top. You can't see it. It's right up there. It's a massive box like this big. It's Wonder Woman in her invisible jet, and it's awesome. Nintendo or PlayStation? Nintendo every single day. What's my favorite Marvel film? Infinity War. Would we take Andy on a plane? Yes, if we could afford it. So hopefully soon. Would I come to Northampton? Not if I could avoid it. I'm a posh fan. Come on. I don't know if you're into football, Madison, but I'm a posh fan. I avoid Northampton at all costs. Favorite Strokes song? Oh, my word. Reptilia. Am I on Twitch tonight? Yes, 9 o'clock. Twitch.tv/LelujoFM. My cousin's 30 and just going through the autism diagnosis process. Any advice for him? He's struggling to get rid of the stigmas attached. I mean, I'm probably not the person to ask. I've been sat waiting for my diagnosis for 6 months. I don't even know if I'm in the queue yet. So just try and be patient. Try not to pay attention to the stigmas, I guess. I don't really know. I'm the worst person to ask for that. There's a feature to get viewers on stream with you, right? There is. I've never used it. I'm not planning on using it tonight. One day I'll use it, but not today. Kev likes money as well, so that's a factor to why Kev prefers YouNow. I mean, I know I said that when I started doing YouNow again, but actually comparing the numbers, there's really not that much in it. When you take ad revenue and stuff like Super Chat from YouTube, a YouTube stream probably pays about as well as a YouNow stream and would certainly get a lot more views. If I did a proper stream on YouTube and left it up, it would get, I don't know, 8,000 views roughly. And that the ad revenue of that is probably more than I would get from YouNow for doing a video over here. It really is. The algorithm's the main thing. But yeah, the fact that there's not really any difference in money between the two is good as well. Will we ever go to Ibiza? Never say never. We're not playing the. That's the last question I'm going to answer like that as well. We're not playing the "Will I ever go to" game, because the answer to every one of them is yeah, probably. If there's a reason to go, insert any place ever. Yeah, I'll probably go there if there's a reason to go. That's the answer to all of them. Infinity War over every game, over Endgame. Yeah, Infinity War was much better than Endgame. Infinity War was like the perfect movie. Endgame was nice because it resolved everything, but Infinity War, I've never left a movie theatre feeling the way I felt after Infinity War. I was thinking about that movie for days afterwards. Do you think Andy can notice who is driving, over male or female? I don't think it's actually. We've checked that before, and that doesn't seem to tally up correctly. Will we go back to Disneyland Paris? Absolutely, we will. We've got it booked for May next year. We booked it within days of coming back. We just booked to go straight back again, and we're doing it differently next time as well. We made a whole video about how we're doing it differently. Does Andy dread going to the doctor or the dentist? No, only in so much as he doesn't particularly like leaving the house, but it's not especially because it's doctor or dentist. You're my dad's favourite YouTuber. Thank you. That's my favourite thing to hear. I'm not forcing you to answer this, but if you could, then thanks. What is Andy's favourite bus model? I don't think he even knows bus models. If he does, it's not anything he's ever talked about. I haven't got a clue. I'll be joining you on your walk, Kev, on the 11th of August. Awesome. The more the merrier for the walk, by the way. If you haven't seen, was it yesterday's vlog or today's vlog? I think it was yesterday's vlog, or the Facebook event, or the Just Giving page, or the tweets that I've been putting out about it. If you haven't seen any of the massive media I've thrown out there about the National Autistic Society's Jungle Run, which is just so happens to be where I got my mug from. Then quick summary of what we're going to be doing. The Jungle Run is something National Autistic Society are putting on for August as a fundraising thing. It's like a fun run, but you can do it where you want, when you want, and you can break it up into chunks if you want to. So it's like a less intense, committed version of a fun run where you sponsor people to get you to do stuff. I can't run. I'm too fat and broken to run. So I'm doing a walk, specifically walking to Summer in the City on Sunday, the 11th of August. Not from home. That's mad. But from our hotel, which is over in Stratford. It's like 6 kilometers. It's not the biggest walk in the world. It's only going to take us like an hour and a half. But, you know, it's something we wouldn't have done otherwise. And we've already had a couple of very generous donations. We're trying to raise £5,000 doing it. And yeah, if you're interested in doing it, head over to the Facebook page. There's a link to the event on there. Head over to Twitter. There's a link to the Just Giving page on there. But donations for that, very, very welcome. All go towards the National Autistic Society. Good cause and all that. Just while I'm on that topic, if you're on YouTube watching this, remember, I can't see the YouTube chat. Come over to YouNow. This is my come to YouNow head movement. Come to YouNow. Links at the top of the description. We can all chat over here. Right, let's get some more questions. We're probably about halfway through this stream for those of you who are clock watching. I'm about halfway through my coffee. I would say I'm now exactly halfway through my coffee. So we've probably got another 8 to 10 minutes left before I break things off and then get ready for my Twitch stream at 9 o'clock, twitch.tv/LaLujoFM. The once, twice in a lifetime holiday. I mean, it was a once in a lifetime holiday at the time, and we enjoyed it so much, we decided to do it again, and we'll probably do it every year now because Andy's decided he really likes it. So I waited 36 years to do it. So, you know, if I die in the next few months, it was once in a lifetime. As it is, hopefully we'll be able to do it a bit more often. What sort of things do I watch on Netflix? I don't watch Netflix very much at the moment. What are we watching? I've only just started watching Stranger Things. I'm only like 4 episodes into the first season, and I've been there for like a month. I don't watch a lot of TV at all, so I guess that's what I'm currently watching. But I've watched maybe 4 episodes in the last 6 weeks. That's how often I watch anything, and I watch Netflix more than I watch anything else probably. So we're watching we watched episode 1 again of The Boys on Amazon Prime as well, which is, I mean, I watched the episode 1 of that originally at Comic-Con back in May, and it was awesome. Watched it again with Anna. She agrees it's awesome, but it is absolutely not suitable for Andy to watch. So it's hard finding those gaps of time when we can watch it together, but without Andy around, because most evenings I'm either streaming or we're doing the podcast or I'm out here editing something. So we don't get a lot of evenings together. Especially during the summer, we try and get most of our free time during the day, so it's free time for all of us together. So we're struggling to find time to watch The Boys or Stranger Things at the moment. Where did I get the mug? They sent it to me. Watch yesterday's vlog and you'll see me unbox it. It's a gift from the National Autistic Society, because they're lovely and we are lovely and we work so well together. Where are we walking on the walk? I talked about that just now. I think that's how behind on questions I am. Let's skip forward to the most recent ones. How many cups of coffee do I drink? What, during this stream? 1. During a day? 6, maybe? Why does Andy always sit in the same place? Because he's a creature of habit. Will you be upgrading Anna to the new PlayStation 5? I won't be upgrading Anna to the new PlayStation 5. She'll be upgrading herself to the PlayStation 5. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, I say that, but I don't remember the last time a console came out and I didn't have it day one. I guess the Switch, because I was burnt by the Wii U. But, you know, I'm an adult. I've been an adult for a long time. Certainly ever since the Xbox 360, every console that's come out since then, I've had it the day it came out. They've been pre-ordered. I'm a nerd. I like my consoles. So there'll be a PlayStation 5 in the house the day it comes out. Maybe 2 if Anna doesn't want me to play on it. We've got 2 PS4s. We've got 2 Xbox Ones. We've got 2 Switches. We're both nerds. What is there to do in Belgium? Mainly go to this church with 47 bells and just enjoy a different country, a bit of culture. Google Bruges. Look at the skyline. It's basically Andy's dream. It's all churches and old buildings and architecture, which for a neurotypical kid would probably be the most boring holiday in the world. Andy will love it. We're just going to drive there. We get to go on the Eurotunnel again, which he loved. We get to stay in a hotel, which he loves doing. It's a really quirky, cool hotel as well, where we have a double bed and then there's a bunk bed over the top of it. So he gets to kind of sleep above us, which is awesome. And then he gets to spend a couple of days just looking at churches and listening to bells. So he'll have a lovely time. Am I applying for that job at Football Manager? No, I'm not. I am assuming they're not going to pay enough money to justify stopping what I do now to go and do it for them. They would have, especially when you factor in, for anyone who doesn't know, the people who make Football Manager Sports Interactive are looking for a content creator to basically do what I do, but for them out of their offices in London. But to justify me moving to London or commuting and giving up my own ever-growing business, they'd need to be paying me like 80 grand a year. I don't think they're paying 80 grand a year for it. Does Anna have many friends? No, more or less than I do, really. We're not really friends kind of people. Favorite brand of coffee? Starbucks. If I'm out, if I'm at home, whatever's nearest. I mean, I'm not that fussy. As long as it tastes of coffee, I'll drink it. A lot of these questions seem to be repeating themselves. Try to just put your question just once, otherwise it blocks out the other questions and I can't see them. If we visit the US, where do we want to go? We do want to visit, and we've got a long list of places we want to go. We obviously want to go to Disney World. We obviously want to go. I want to go to VidCon and Comic-Con. I want to basically hit California at the sort of this time of year. Head to Anaheim for VidCon, do Disneyland while we're there, head down to San Diego for Comic-Con, probably tour around LA. I've got like a 2.5, 3 week trip planned in my head for an unspecific time in the future that covers VidCon, Disneyland and Comic-Con, plus a little bit of a tour. I'd like to go up to San Francisco as well if we're doing California. I know it's quite a trip. It's not like skipping from like Brighton to London, but I'd like to do that whole area. Definitely want to go to New York as well. I want to go to Las Vegas to play in the World Series of Poker. I want to go and live in America. I would love to go there for like 6 months or a year and just travel around America. It would be awesome. Me and Anna have always talked about when the kids are old and flown the nest, we'd love to just fly to America, buy a Winnebago on one coast, drive around until they deport us, sell the Winnebago on the other coast as we leave, and see as much as we can while we're there, and just tour around the whole of the US. It would be awesome. I think you're allowed, is it 3 months on a tourist visa? Or is it 6 months? Or would I be able to say, well, I'm working here, I'm self-employed, I'm a YouTuber, I'm making a film series where I travel across the country? It'd be awesome. Yes, I was born in Peterborough. Do I like old bands like Atomic Kitten, Busted, or Sugar Babes? Not really. Do I think Andy will shave? I don't know. He'll probably grow a beard. If you could move anywhere in the world, where would it be? Right now, I'd love to move to London. I mean, not just for that Football Manager job, but when Anna finishes uni, that's where the work for her is likely to be. She fancies doing her CSI stuff for the London Underground. So we've kind of got in our head we'd like to move to London in the next couple of years anyway, for Anna to work on the London Underground as a CSI person, because that's her perfect job. I'd like to just be in London, the land of opportunity for the YouTubers. And then eventually New York would be the end goal. Just, I've never even been, but it's Casey Neistat's fault. He's romanticized it so much. It looks awesome on his vlogs. I want to go. I don't even need to live there forever, but I love cities. I've never lived in a city. I'd love to just live in cities. I love the idea of not having a car, being able to head everywhere on public transport or on foot or on a bike, and just having everything nearby, busy, noisy, just everyone rushing around everywhere, constant hubbub and rush, and everyone's motivated and excited and working hard. And yeah, I just want that atmosphere. Would you consider going to Dublin because the flights are cheap and it's only 40 minutes? We'd consider it. We're not going there now. Maybe one day. When will the next episode of Detroit be released? Maybe Sunday or maybe next week. I'm not sure. One came out today if you've not seen it yet. How much can you see when you don't have glasses on? Very little. Do you want to go to Dortmund for Pokemon Go first? I went this year and it was amazing. You should go. I'm not that fussed about that. I mean, it would be nice if I was living a life where I was just constantly traveling around the world doing cool, fun stuff. Then yeah, I'd put that on my list of cool, fun stuff to do. That's how I'd spend that few days. But that's not a reality for us. A reality for us is we can go abroad once, maybe twice a year at an absolute push if we do it a really cheap way. And on those criteria, Pokemon Go Fest isn't in the top 2 or 3 places I want to visit over the course of a year. So yeah, it would be a long time in the future. The game will probably be long dead before we could afford to do stuff like that. Have I ever been to a music concert? I've been to lots of music concerts. High School Musical or Pitch Perfect? High School Musical, definitely. If you came to Scotland, go to Inverness. It's a really cool city. There's a church for Andy. There's a church everywhere. Will I ever quit YouTube when Andy grows up? I don't see why I would at this stage. I know the reason I originally went full time was to be Andy's carer, but realistically, I could have gone back to work 18 months ago. Probably Christmas of that first year, I didn't need to be off work anymore. At that point, I stayed off work because I love what I do and I want to carry on doing it. So yeah, I don't do this now because I have to. I originally started doing it because I had to, but yeah, I could go back to teaching in September and Andy would be fine and we'd be better off financially and it would be lovely, but I'd just be miserable. So I do this because I love it, because it's awesome. So yeah, Andy being a kid is not a reason to carry on doing it. Like I always say, the Football Manager channel is the main one income wise anyway. So it's not like some family vloggers who are relying on their kids to pay their mortgages. All the kids could move out tomorrow. Me and Anna could split up tomorrow and I never see Andy again, and the girls go off to university and it's just me and Dave sat in a flat somewhere, and I could still be a YouTuber and still pay my bills just by making my Football Manager videos and streaming. So I don't know why I'd stop while I'm still able to do it. While people are still watching and it's still paying the bills, I think I'd carry on doing it. Yeah. We have checked the prices for living in London. Yes. Typically around £1,000 a month for rent for a 1-bedroom. Yeah. We've checked. It's doable. If the channels continue to grow the way they are, and I was able to get some freelancing work on the side, and Anna gets a decent job doing what she wants to do, that me freelancing, the channel's growing, and Anna working, they're all significant income boosts. The way I'm planning it in my head at the moment is whatever Anna earns, that could all go towards where we live. So depending on how much she earns, I don't know how much a starting salary for a CSI person in London is, but it's going to be more than £1,000 a month after tax. So obviously we've got what we pay in rent at the moment. We can add the whole of Anna's salary onto that and then carry on living off of what I earn like we do at the moment. So in my head, it's doable. Have we ever been to Wolverhampton? We went to Wolverhampton earlier this year. You should check out the vlog. We weren't there long, but yes, we definitely went there. Right, we're going to do another few questions. Maybe 3 more questions because I need to get the Twitch stream set up and running as well. If you move to London, what will Andy think of London? I don't know. I don't even know. I have no idea. He'd probably end up loving it. He'd always refused to visit there, but I think if we moved there, obviously he'd have to come. And I think once he got there, I think he'd very quickly learn to love it. He'd become obsessed with the tube, I'm sure, and the DLR. And yeah, I think he'd love it. And there's so much more facilities there for him. So many more options for him when he's an adult as well. And I think there's a lot of positives to moving to London. It's something we definitely want to do at some point. But it does rely on us, obviously, being able to find the right place to go to, being able to time it right with the girls, because obviously Lucy reached like 15, 16 and decided to stop spending half her time here. Amy's still only 13. She still comes here a couple of nights a week at the moment. So I don't want to say to Amy, yeah, we're moving to London. You're not coming to see us anymore. I would wait until Amy decided she'd had enough of doing that, or decided she wants to live with me, which seems unlikely. But I know there'll come a point when Amy just gets fed up of living between 2 houses. And at that point, there's nothing tying us here. Anna will have finished uni by then. Amy will just see us as often as Lucy does, like weekends and stuff. And at that point, with Anna finished uni, Andy close to finishing school, there's we could literally up sticks and move anywhere in the world at that point. And goodness me, do I plan to. My Twitch is twitch.tv/LalujoFM. I'll be live at 9 o'clock tonight. Right, we're going to do 2 more questions. How could you unpack all those toys behind you? You never unbox your stuff. Why would you never? What's the point of having toys if you leave them in their boxes? That sounds like, I mean, there are some that are still in boxes, more because I've been too lazy to take them out of boxes so far. There's a few bits and pieces around the place that are still in boxes, but I get them out because I like them, because they're cool. People leave stuff in boxes because they think it allows them to keep value. And I don't really know how to break this to people, but these are bits of tat. They ain't ever going to be valuable. I know some of them will sell for like 80 quid now, but in the grand scheme of collecting, that's not really valuable. And the Funko Pop bubble will burst at some point, and by the time I'm 50, this stuff behind me is just another pile of worthless plastic. And it doesn't matter if it's in boxes or not, because I've not got it to increase its value. I've got it because it all looks awesome behind me now, and it wouldn't look anywhere near as good still in its boxes. Right, last question, because the coffee is gone. So last question. What has been the favorite year of my life so far? This last year. I mean, seriously, I know I harp on about it a lot and it probably gets boring to listen to, but I love everything about my life right now. I love what I do for a job. I love the fact that we're finally able to start getting away from home and doing stuff out and about. I know it seems like we're having a lot of holidays this year, but factor into that the fact we hadn't been on holiday at all until Blackpool last year. That was the first time we'd ever got Andy to come away for a holiday. So we're making up for lost time. We're getting to travel a little bit, albeit mainly in the UK at the moment, but we're slowly starting to stretch out into Europe. I'm getting to do work that I love. Yeah, this last year has been fantastic. Long may it continue. But we are going to wrap this stream up there. Thank you to everybody who's joined in and asked questions tonight. Much appreciated as ever. If you do want to keep the conversation going, come over to Twitch in like half an hour's time, twitch.tv/LaLujoFM. I'm going to be live on there probably for a couple of hours or so, playing some Football Manager and just having a chat about whatever we end up chatting about. It's basically like this, but I'm a little corner of the screen and there's Football Manager going on. But if you're not into Football Manager, it's not like we're having in-depth tactical discussions. We're kind of playing the odd game and cheering if we score, but mainly it's just chatting, and it's awesome. So hopefully see some of you over there. If not, I'll be back on here again within a day or two, and there will be a proper YouTube stream over the weekend because I want to test out live streaming from this new camera, because apparently this can live stream directly to YouTube, which is interesting. So we'll do that at some point over the weekend too.